on every day. What is it? Monday through Friday, 10 to noon Eastern Time and 3 to 5 p.m. Eastern Time as well. Last hour, we were talking about a bunch of headlines. If you missed it, make sure you guys check it out. You could go to the podcast, scroll down at ronpaulradio.com. You can catch any episodes you might have missed. Yeah, but basically Newt Gingrich tells Mitt Romney not don't ignore Ron Paul supporters, as if he could say anything that's going to change that. What else we got going on? On USA Today, Ron Paul adds delegates so he can change GOP agenda. What else? Seacoast Online, Maine considers return to presidential primary. That's right. We done took over so much, they scared to do it again. They want to go to a primary and stop doing caucuses over in Maine. That's at seacoastonline.com. What else? The Winnetachi World, let's see, with Ron Paul, state GOP expects convention battle. ABC News, Ron Paul rejects convention chaos. Yeah, that's right. The chaos is on the other end, and we got proof of it. And then we got Iowa GOP crying like little babies in wake of Paul movement in Iowa GOP. Donation slow. Staffer resigns. That's at the Des Moines Register. You guys should check that out. A bunch of whining and crying that they losing their jobs and they ain't running their party no more. What else we got? What else? Okay. So I was just thinking about it, with all this stuff going on with Maine that I've been reading about, and also what I reported on earlier, in case you missed it. What was it? Obama beats Romney. A prisoner beats Obama in several West Virginia counties in the primary. It's just crazy. So I guess anybody could beat Obama except Romney. Let's see what else. If you didn't hear, the word is out, or email going around that Romney campaign is paying people to gather information about state delegates. So if you're delegate, delegates. They probably already know this, but just stay on your toes. Be careful out there. Who knows? They might try to buy people out. They might try to threaten some people. We don't know what the GOP and what the establishment is capable of doing or what they really want to do, because they are running scared. Believe that. Let's see. Senate candidate Dan Hughes shares views at Ron Paul rally. That's at East County Magazine. Republican Executive Committee member calls for resignation of RNC Chairman Reince Priebus for disobeying Rule 11. You can't go and support Romney if he's not the nominee. You can't just ignore that there's another candidate running. And, earlier today, Mitt Romney takes a swipe at Ron Paul. Basically says that he won't cut $1 trillion. He says that'll hurt the economy. So, sounding like more like Obama. Sounding like a Democrat. You just helping us prepare for Obama, that's all. So I got to thinking, y'all, with all this stuff going on, it's real curious to me, because I know I reported earlier, also yesterday, that they want to challenge the main results at the convention. And I'm curious what's going to go down with that. And I'm thinking about, what else did they say? Also with the Ron Paul fake slates, people running around, giving out fake slates, people cutting up, basically just, cutting up the caucus for ridiculous motions, that nobody is in favor of. And it's taking up time. It's taking so long. So I'm thinking, why don't I call Charlie Webster? Maybe I could just get him on the phone. And I heard people call him before. So I figured maybe I could give him a call. And if he picks up, and some people said they spoke to him already. So if he picks up, I'll ask him, what's going on, man? Is Maine, what's going on with challenging Maine's delegates? Can't you stop that? Can't you say, as being there, that it's evident that there was no tampering with the votes, at least on the Ron Paul side? So I don't know. I might do that in the next segment, or next segment is actually the shortest segment, so I'll probably do it in the third segment. I got the number here I pulled up for somebody who called, so we might go ahead and give him a chance, y'all. See if I could get him on the line and ask him a couple of questions, because the GOP got so many tricks up their sleeve, and they just need to deal with it. Take it like a man and deal with it. Let's see. So I also been wanting to play this clip that I haven't played yet, so I'm going to go ahead and play it. Diabetic teen upset with TSA screeners at Salt Lake City Airport. TSA can't stay out of the news. Always taking away someone's freedoms and breaking things, stealing money.
Click here for more information about Hope's vision from Dr. Philip Hopes Jr.
New at 10, outrage at the TSA. This time, a Salt Lake City connection. A teenager is furious with screeners at Salt Lake International. She says agents were rude and responsible for breaking her $10,000 life-saving medical machine. The ABC4 Night Team's Dawn Hudson with her story and her warning tonight.
They need to get with the program and have some education across the board for TSA.
Colorado high school student Savannah Berry is not happy with TSA screeners right now. After participating in a DECA conference in Salt Lake City with several classmates last week, Savannah, who is a type 1 diabetic and wears an insulin pump 24 hours a day, ran into TSA agents who were not prepared to deal with her.
I went up to the lady and I said, I'm a type 1 diabetic. I wear an insulin pump. I showed her the pump. I said, what do you want me to do? I usually do a pat down. What would you recommend?
She then showed the agents a doctor's letter explaining that the sensitive insulin pump should not go through a body scanner. The 16-year-old says she was told to go through it anyway.
When someone in a position of authority is telling you it is, you think that it's right.
She went through the Salt Lake scanner with some serious concerns.
My life is pretty much in their hands when I walk through a body scanner with my insulin pump on.
She was right to be worried. The pump stopped working correctly.
Coming off of an insulin pump is rough. You never know what is going to happen when you're not on an insulin pump.
Let's get you updated here on Savannah's situation. That's the most important thing here. She did get a new insulin pump today. She let us know about that. As for TSA, we asked TSA about this and asked for a statement. We got a letter back or an email back saying that TSA is reviewing Savannah's experience, and they wouldn't say any more about that. They said they will contact the family. But they did tell us they work with groups and organizations so that they know about medical conditions and things like this shouldn't happen. It appears somebody didn't get the training or didn't get the memo. Reporting live from Salt Lake International, Don Hudson, ABC4 News Night Team.
Or they just don't care.
With Utah State University.
They don't care. They don't care about your rights, your freedoms. They don't care about your life. You know? And people that's working there are just doing their job. They're just doing what is told, and they don't care either. You know? People that work for the TSA, I'm pretty sure there's not too many that are up on Ron Paul or up on rights in the Constitution. Or maybe they be trying to get out of there. But yeah, it's crazy, man, because the TSA stays in the news. If you haven't heard, Rand Paul starting a campaign in the TSA, which I'm all for ending the TSA. Tired of them fondling with little kids and doing whatever they want, and we're just walking through the lines like sheep, like nothing. And we got to speak out against it. You know, we got to stop that. All right, so what else do we got going on in the headlines? I think I had a couple other more, but I might have lost track of it, so I had to pull it up during the break. Also, we got a couple more clips as well. That's right. We got a couple more clips that I just put up. If you haven't heard, Massachusetts is banning bake sales. Massachusetts is banning bake sales, which it just gets crazier and crazier, y'all. The police here, we got video out, CNN, I think, on all the stations. Homeless man gets beat up to death pretty much from the cops. Ends up dead. If you haven't heard also, The Dictator. I guess that's a new movie that's out. Borat in that movie, I think. He comes out and endorses Romney in a joking way. Says he would be a good dictator because he's rich and he don't pay taxes. All right, y'all. So we're headed to a break. I'll be back. I'm Paco. You're listening to Occupy the Media.
Hi, I'm Dana, and I started out as a Ron Paul fan just like you. And now I'm a full-time volunteer leader at our Ron Paul headquarters in Venice, California. It starts with the first thing you hear Ron Paul say that is different than all the other politicians and that you just happen to agree with 100%. Next, there's a point where you